Assalamu alaikum, my brothers and sisters. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing very well. Fast number 3, 2 down. This is the third one, alhamdulillah. Okay, I have a couple of questions, and let me do some questions for my subs. Subfit called in and he wanted to know whether the following meal is a healthy Ramadan meal. He's having a chicken kebab plate, and the breakdown is 750 calories. Fat calories are 22 grams, carbs are 86, and protein is 50. Protein is excellent, carbs is excellent, fat is slightly high. There's 22 grams of fat times 9, so that's a little bit of fat, so be careful with the fat. The fat is a little high, so you might want to watch the fat. Now, if I was to choose when to have this meal, definitely in Ramadan, you can allow yourself to have a little bit more because you're going to be eating a lot. Your calories are going to be decreased in Ramadan. You can allow yourself to have a little bit more fat. So just keep an eye on the fat. The remainder is fine. The rest of the carbs, protein is excellent actually. So it's just the fat that's slightly high. So that's my answer to you. Mr. B. Chabs wrote, I am only 17 years old. Should I watch my carbs as well? I'm not sure if I'm a mesomorph or an endomorph. Well, a quick way of knowing whether you're a mesomorph or endomorph is if you've been fat all your life. You're only 17, so you haven't been around much, but if you have a hard time losing weight, basically if you were to stop working out and stop doing exercise and you gain weight, then you could be an endomorph. If you stop working out and doing exercise and you actually lose weight, so you're an ectomorph. Basically, if you're working out to gain weight, you're an ectomorph. If you're working out to try to lose weight, you're an endomorph, more or less. And if when you're a mesomorph, well, you're kind of in the middle. You could gain weight if you wanted and put on muscle, or you can cut up if you want. It's a little bit easier. You're kind of in the middle between the two. So that might help you out. But you'll figure that out as you go along. You'll figure out which one you are more or less. And of course, these aren't strict classifications. You could be a bit of this and a bit of this. That's true also. But primarily you'll be one or the other. You'll figure it out. You also wanted to know, Jazakallah for making such an amazing video. I'm working out and feel losing muscle mass and took your suhoor meal to heart. Excellent. Good for you. I'm planning to maintain muscle and semi-cut during Ramadan. That's the right approach during Ramadan. That's exactly what you should be doing. That's what you should be focusing on, is to try to maintain your muscle, and you can cut at the same time. That's perfect strategy for Ramadan. So I don't want to gain weight or fat. How does this suhoor meal sound? 8-ounce chicken breast, 4-ounce lean ground turkey, ground beef, or 2 eggs instead. I'm not sure if you mean 2 eggs instead of the ground beef, half a cup of oatmeal, and 2 scoops casein. It's about 800 to 900 calories. Is that too much to eat during sahur? Nope, that's not too much. Actually, congratulations that you can eat that much. I wish I could eat that much. My meal around sahur, I take 2 scoops of casein protein and the oatmeal, and I just can't eat anymore. I wish I could. I wish I could eat more. So no. What you're eating is actually all lean and clean and excellent. You know what I mean? You can have 2 eggs with your chicken breast, no problem. You can take the fat from the chicken, take the full eggs. I mean, you don't need to do the egg whites. You can do the full eggs, no problem. You need fat at that time. Your sahur meal should be the biggest meal. You're gonna go 15 hours without eating after, no problem. Eat. Sahur meal, you don't have to hold back. Sahur meal, you go all out. Clean, of course, but all out. Eat as many calories as you can. You're going to burn right through them in the next 15 hours. So don't worry about that. It's the meals afterwards that you have to be a little bit more careful. Going back to your first question, whether you should watch your carbs, go by the rule that I gave you guys. Take in 100 grams of carbs. Start off with. Take 100 grams every day. So 100 grams, and try to take the 100 grams in your early meal. So we're in Ramadan. I would recommend, if you want to have your starchy carbs, you can have your starchy carbs like you're doing your half a cup of oatmeal. That's 150 calories right there in your sahur. And then you can have something in your iftar if you want, the remainder of your calories for your starchy carbs. You can have it in your iftar meal. Do that every day, and weigh yourself every day. Weigh yourself just before iftar. So this way you have no water, nothing. It's a good way of weighing yourself. Weigh yourself naked. No clothes, just before iftar, and track it. If you find your weight is dropping too quickly, add a little bit more starchy carbs. If you find your weight is not dropping at all, then decrease your carbs slightly. Instead of 100, maybe go down to 75 every day. And you should have a rough idea. What I'm doing is I'm taking 100 grams of starchy carbs one day and then 50 the next day. 100, 50, 150. That kind of works out for me. That's for me. So you need to experiment a little bit and see what works for you. Okay? Assalamu alaikum. Thanks for the questions, and keep the questions and comments coming, and I'll try to respond back to you guys as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. Assalamu alaikum.